Hello students. So in this video, we will going to look at the capillarity property of the fluid. This property is the result of surface tension. This is because of the surface tension of the properties, or we can simply refer these properties as a result of surface tension. So we will first define the capillarity. So capillarity is nothing but a rise or fall of a liquid when a small diameter glass tube is inserted in it. So let us consider this diagram. Here we have consider one small container which is filled of water or liquid, possibly a water, and if we insert the small diameter tube maybe of glass in this, water starts or this liquid starts rising in this tube. So this rise, or sometimes depending upon the fluid or the liquid used, this may tends to fall down. So we will going to discuss in the next slide this capillary fall phenomena. So but this diagram is we have drawn, this is for capillary rise. So if we inserted a glass tube in this, water or liquid starts rising in this glass tube, and this phenomenon is called as capillarity, or more precisely capillary rise of the fluid. So let us look to this. This is the glass tube, and this we have drawn like a shape that is curve shape. This is nothing but the meniscus. So meniscus is nothing but the water profile in the glass tube, we can say, or the shape of the water surface in the glass tube. Somehow this is called as the meniscus because this is having the shape like this we have drawn in this. So let us say this height is h from the water surface, that is the water raised in the glass tube at a height of h. Okay, and this is the diameter of the glass tube what we have inserted, that is small d. So I already told you that capillary rise or capillary fall is because of surface tension. So of course there should be a force which is governing this capillary rise or capillary fall, that is the surface tension force. We can represent it with the F suffix S. Okay. So this is the enlarged view of this element, whatever this is the water element which is raised in the glass tube, means this profile, this element we have enlarged here. So if at all we have to determine what is the magnitude of this height h, so see, for that we can consider a element which is raised in the glass tube. Just this is the enlarged view of this. So this is the surface tension force, this is pulling this water upward. So but it is acting in this direction. So if we resolve this component of surface tension force, so vertical component will can be referred as Fs cos theta, since theta is nothing but the angle with vertical. So this we have represented theta. So theta is nothing but, it is called as the angle of contact or weighting angle. Okay, so since this is the theta, so vertical component will be Fs cos theta. So for equilibrium, if we have to determine, so we can write here, for equilibrium, what we can say, so we can I write the Fs cos theta will be equal to the weight of the liquid upward and downward. So we can easily write for equilibrium Fs cos theta will be equals to W. Okay, so Fs is nothing but the surface tension force. Already we have learned this, so simply we can represent this with the surface tension into the L into the cos theta equals to W. So this L is nothing but the length over which surface tension is applying. So since the diameter is small d, so surface tension force is applying throughout the or over the periphery or the perimeter. So simply we can replace this L with the pi d, that is the periphery, into cos theta equals to W. Okay, so W is nothing but the weight of the liquid. Which weight? The water which is raised above the surface, this much weight we have to determine. If I have to show on the diagram, so this weight of fluid we have to equate with this Fs cos theta. So how we can determine this W? For W here I am writing, so W is a weight. Can I write, since we have the property that is unit weight gamma is nothing but the weight by volume, so this is the basic term. So from here, if we have to determine the weight, can we have the weight density into volume? Of course. So simply we will going to replace this W with density, weight density into volume. So if I have to write sigma pi d cos theta, and if I replace W with the gamma into V is again volume is nothing but area into height. So area, since this is a circular tube, can I write pi by 4 into small d square, and into height is h. Okay, so if I simplify this equation for h, so I will get the last equation, that is h equals to 4 sigma into cos theta divided by the gamma into d. So this is the last equation I will get. So this, with this equation, simply I can determine the capillary rise, that is H, which is happened over the surface in the glass tube. So by using this equation, we can easily determine the magnitude or the value of capillary rise in any type of problem. Okay, so let us move to the next. So we will discuss some facts about capillary rise and fall. So in previous slide, we have discussed about capillary rise phenomena. Since the water is or the liquid is raised in the glass tube, okay, over the surface of the container, over the surface. Fine. So here we will differentiate between capillary rise phenomenon and capillary fall phenomenon. So look to the capillary rise. Capillary rise will occur when adhesion predominates cohesion. Again, here are more two important words, that is adhesion and cohesion. So when adhesion means force of attraction between two different molecules predominates the force of attraction between same molecules, then liquid will weight the surface with which it is in contact. So when adhesion predominates cohesion, capillary rise will occur. But whereas for capillary fall, when cohesion predominates the adhesion, capillary fall will occur. The complete opposite to the capillary rise. Okay. So next point of difference is whenever the theta, that is contact angle, or we can say the weighting angle, is less than 90 degree, then the liquid will going to weight the surface. Are you getting my point? Whenever there is a capillary rise, and if we have to determine whether that liquid and the material which is in contact with that liquid, whether that liquid will going to weight that material, weight that surface. So answer is, if the contact angle is less than 90 degree, it will going to surely weight the surface. But on the other hand, if that contact angle theta is less than 90 degree, the liquid will not going to weight the surface. Okay, yeah. So whatever we have discussed, and in case of capillary rise, majority of the times the meniscus or the water profile in the glass tube will be of type concave type. Concave means we can simply write concave is nothing but if we have to draw the shape, so this is the concave. Okay, and whereas in capillary fall, many a times meniscus is of type convex. So here we have discussed this term in also strength of materials. So concave and convex, that is positive sagging and hogging type of bending. So we can consider this as a concave, and this is convex. So whenever there is a capillary rise, meniscus will be of shape, or the we can say the type that is concave type meniscus, and here it is convex type meniscus in capillary fall. Fine. The perfect example for capillary rise is water in a glass tube. So this is the example in which we may came across the capillary rise. But if we consider the mercury instead of the water, so consider for a previous example in previous slide, if we might have considered the mercury in terms of the water, so it will consist to the capillary fall. Why? What is the reason? Because in mercury, cohesion is very predominant compared to the adhesion. So cohesion is predominant. So I will write this only plus sign. So for mercury, the force of attraction between the particles of mercury is very larger compared to the force of attraction between mercury and the glass tube. So therefore, in case of mercury, it will consist to the capillary fall, and in case of the water, it will consist to the capillary rise. So I hope this some facts about capillary rise and fall are clear to you. Let us illustrate whatever the concept we have discussed about capillary with some diagrams. So look to this diagram. This is the container filled with the water, and here we have inserted two glass tubes. This is one glass tube and this is another glass tube. Okay, and this is the water. So the diameter is quite more compared to this. So therefore capillary rise, here h we can say this h is small compared to this h. So here from this diagram we can easily conclude one point: the capillary rise is depends upon the diameter of glass tube also. Smaller the diameter, higher will be the capillary rise. Okay, so this is, and again one point, this shape, again look to this shape, this is of concave type we have defined. Yes, so therefore we have right here concave meniscus. So this is for capillary rise in terms of the water. And this example, let us say this is the example A and this is the example B. So look to the example B. Here the container is filled with the mercury and we have inserted one glass tube. So look to this. This is the fall. If you observe this, this is H and this is the capillary fall, I mean to write. Okay. Because why fall? Because earlier water surface or mercury surface was this and it falls down to this now, because this is the meniscus and meniscus shape is of convex type. So this is the important discussion about when the fluid is water and when the fluid is mercury. And why this, or what is the conclusion of the discussion? Conclusion is, in terms of water, adhesion force is predominates to the cohesion. Predominates means more than. So adhesion is more than the cohesion. And for mercury, the cohesion is more than adhesion. So therefore, this concave convex shapes are different. Here is a capillary rise and here is capillary fall. So look again to this diagram. Here we have considered, let us say this is the surface and on which we have put one drop of water. Therefore, I have write here H2O. And here again there is one surface over which we have put one drop of mercury. So mercury will not weight this surface. Why? The reason is we have already discussed in that point of differentiation. If this weighting angle is greater than 90 degrees, so here if you look, so you will get to know here theta is greater than 90 degree. So therefore this mercury will not going to weight this surface, but in terms of water this theta is less than 90 degree and surely this liquid, this water will going to weight this surface. So this is our common observation. If we took the mercury in our hand, we will not, and if you again put it down to the whatever from where we have picked it, we will not feel our skin is got wet. But if we consider the example of water droplet, of course we can feel our skin is got wet. So this is the difference between the water and mercury. So this is all because of the one principle, one properties, that is capillary. Okay, so this is all about this discussion is all about the capillary properties.